Welcome to Experience Annex Podcast, episode number 6. The title of this episode is The Top 7 Things You Should Know About Today's World to Position You for Success. To position you for success. In this podcast episode, you will learn about the top 7 things which are the symptoms of change all over the world that you need to know and what to do about them to position yourself for success. Life is full of experiences, and it's good you learn from the experience of others. I'm Paul Uduk, the creator of BWC Squared. That is Book Writing Clinic and Book Writing Club, where I show friends like you how to convert ideas to books or into books and other forms of intellectual properties. I'm also the creator of IBMC, Internet Business Mastery Course, where I show aspiring internet entrepreneurs how to succeed at scale online. If I may add, I'm also the creator of OCNA, Online Course Creators Community for newbies and advanced beginners on Facebook with over 12,500 members from all over the world. In this episode, you will learn that the pace of change is stupefying, disorienting, and fear-inducing. That's why the global suicide rate is off the charts, with 700,000 people taking their lives yearly, according to the World Health Organization. Sadly, Lesotho, right here in Africa, has the highest suicide rate in the world, with 72.4 deaths per 100,000 of the population. So, listen carefully and closely. To successfully navigate to your chosen destination, you need to understand what is going on in the environment around you and how to position yourself accordingly. Here are the top 7 things which are the symptoms of change that you need to know and what to do about them to position yourself for success. Number 1 is noise. We live in a noisy world. The noise can be physical, mental, and psychological. The noise can be so deafening that sometimes you can be sucked in and become disoriented. Take social media, a term that did not exist until just about 20 years ago. The noise in some of the hot social media sites can make you dizzy. According to Statista.com, monthly active social media users globally was projected to grow to about 3.2 billion by the year 2021. In January this year, 2024, that figure had hit 5.20 billion, 5.2 billion. That is 62.3% of the total global population, according to the company KPIOS, a company that studies digital trends. If you follow all the noise threats in social media, you will lose your way and sanity. Yet on these platforms, there are tremendous gems of opportunities and learning. Amidst the noise, search carefully and you will discover nuggets of gold. For example, if you want to learn e-commerce, search for e-commerce groups where you can learn what you want accordingly, and you will be one leg up. Distractions. We live in a world full of distractions. While noise is generated to confuse, Distractions lure you out of your chosen path. The most potent distraction is pornography. Watching pornography, like alcohol, can be addictive. Next in the bar of distractions is advertising, the type that follows you everywhere you go on the internet. The big companies, using powerful algorithms, are able to track everything you do online and accordingly program their pay-per-click adverts to follow you everywhere you go. Be careful about the types of sites you visit. Also, select search engines you use carefully. Select the ones that don't use algorithms to track you. Number 3 thing is anything goes. Yes, anything goes. We live in a world of anything goes. Have you seen those scary tattoos? Have you seen those massive bobs by implanting silicon chips? Have you seen those massive assets kept massive by planting silicon chips? You know what I'm talking about. You see things debase our humanity, and or are they rights? Are we all entitled to use our bodies the way we want? Be careful. Anything goes mentality can make you lose perspective. Do what will make you a good role model for your kids, grandkids, and desist from the path that seems easy, popular, and licentious, but leads to vanity. Easy money. Number 4, easy money. Those are the things. One of them, easy money. We live in a world where making money is like walking through the park. Gone are the days where you needed to work for donkey years before you smelled your first $1 million, or never at all in your lifetime. Today, we live in a world that means millionaires by the minute. A 20-something-year-old boy or girl can figure out an app or launch a website, and before you knew it, it has generated millions with or without an initial public offering. With this hoopla about how easy it is to make money or to make millions, you may think that hard work is no more necessary. On the contrary, making millions today requires exceptional skills, not evenly spread within the population, countries, and geographies. What is required? Learn new skills that can and will position you to make your millions. Skills like coding, scripting, storytelling, and others. Number 5, thieves. Thieves. We live in a world full of scoundrels. For every person planning to do good, there are 10 out there planning how to swindle you out of your hard-earned money. There are people out there looking for ways to steal your password. There are people out there looking for ways to steal your personal identification number. And there are people out there looking for ways to defraud you. Though the long arm of the law is always looking for ways to bring them to justice, some have perfected their game and are always one step ahead of the law. This calls for vigilance. Be careful with the type of information you post on social media. Keep how much millions you have made or making a closely guarded secret and not a bragging right. Freedom. Number 6. We live in a world that champions freedom and rights, Despite occasional attempts by anarchists to seize parts of some countries and territories and impose their will on the helpless, we live in a world that values freedom in all its glory. From freedom of speech, freedom of worship, and everything else in between, you are guaranteed freedom. But there is the underside of freedom. Some people turn freedom into a license to do as they please. Be careful. Choose your freedoms and rights carefully, because your rights ends where another person's rights begins. Choose freedom and rights that are ennobling. Choose values and role models that point you in the direction of success, and not those that lead to self-destruction. 7 is knowledge. We live in a world suffused with knowledge. They say our smartphones carry more computing power than the Apollo spacecraft that landed man on the moon in 1969. Today, there's more knowledge generated in a day than it used to be generated a year just 30 years ago. However, there is a difference between knowledge and data, and there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Choose wisdom over directionless knowledge, and the world will accord you recognition. There you have them, the top 7 things you should know about today's world to position yourself for success. I will be the first to admit they are far from comprehensive and they clearly overlap. However, they are good starting points to judge yourself as you aspire for success, however you want to define it. Thanks to technology, the world is becoming more egalitarian. The world is becoming more transparent, and individually and collectively, we are becoming more knowledgeable. Live your life wisely, and before long, you will be on the way to success. Success not just come cheap. Success does not come cheap. Invest in your future. This will be the end of this episode. Stay focused. Understand what is happening around you so you become and remain fearless and with a lot of wisdom. Until the next episode, stay safe.